All right, folks. I see we have 10. I'm gonna wait another 3 minutes and then I'm gonna start. In the meantime, the presentation is on Moodle. So why don't you go ahead and download that while we're waiting? So we're starting in 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
All right. You should be seeing my screen. Let me start by showing you where the lab is. I just saw chat message coming in about lab. So if you look down, remember this is a heart lab we're doing. So look at the cardiovascular section. Down at the bottom here, you have cardiovascular mobile, cardiovascular lab mobile. So that's what you're looking for. So it's right above lymphatic system. Right? Cardiovascular mobile. And when you open it up, Voila. This is what you should get. Now, as usual, what you have here is not just the lab itself, but you're also going to have information that will be used for studying for your lab quiz. Right, so it's more than just lab information. But in terms of what you're actually doing, pretty straightforward stuff. We have here 4 videos to watch. Now, the first video is essentially this section of the heart, okay? Now, what I do in this video is I show and I point out the major aspects of the heart from an internal and the external perspective, right? Now, I go through and I point out what I consider to be the major structures that can be seen on the outside of the heart, right? The ones I actually want you to draw. Now, one way you can do this, right, is you can take a screenshot of the heart itself. Right? And then from the screenshot you can draw it. This is probably the best one. Okay. So here we're seeing the entirety of the heart, right? So I'm assuming everybody knows the screenshots, but I have a tool here, a sniping tool I use usually. Let me just do a quick screenshot here, and then we can talk about it. All right. So here's how this goes. I'm going to point out to you the major features of this heart. Now, obviously, your heart is going to have left and right atria, left and right ventricles as well, right? So if you look here, this is right ventricle. Yes, ink it in real quick. So right ventricle, left ventricle, right? Running in between here, this line you see here is the interventricular sulcus. So interventricular sulcus. Up here now, we have the right atrium and the left atrium, right? Now on top, which is a little hard to see, you're going to have the aorta. And the last thing you need to worry about is this line right here between the atria and the ventricle. That is the atrioventricular sulcus. All right. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 structures you're looking for, right? So what you'll do, as I say, you can do it this way. You can take a screenshot of it, then set it down somewhere, and then you can work on it. Or if you want, you can just pause the video, either way, right? But this is the heart that you'll be drawing. In the video, I will point out, you can see the pointer here, the different parts of the heart, so that even if you don't remember what I do right now, no problem. It will be on the video, so all will be well. Okay, no need to stress yourself too much, right? So that's the first thing you'll be doing for me. So that's drawing number 1. The next thing I do here is this. This one is just for you to listen to. In this one here, I'll go through the parts of the heart using a model, and I point them out by name. And the reason I do this is because lab quiz always have drawings on there, right? And the chance of there being a heart to label on your lab quiz is pretty high. So please make sure you listen to the video where I point out to you the different parts of the heart using the model, okay? Once again, that's just for you to listen to. You don't have to draw anything from this one, but it's important information. So we're going 2 now, right? Then now we have, oh, you know what, I should, my apologies. We have to do the heart internal, external. Let me go back to the heart video. So once you've done external of the heart, I will cut the heart open. You can see him here. And once the heart is open, I am going to point out the major features of the heart again. Once again, you can simply take a picture of it. And then go from there, right?
Sorry, just to verify, you can just take a snap of it and then label it. I came in
No, you
late.
can take a snap of it to use it to draw.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying this is the easiest way to get all the bits and pieces where you can see them clearly, right?
Okay, sir. Thanks.
So this now is the internal structures of the heart. Once again, I'll point them out in the video, but I will just do so here as well real quick. This one is probably going to be the toughest of the drawings, right? But once again, since you have it there, you can outline it before you dedicate it to paper, okay? So we can see here now, this is the left ventricle. The way the heart is cut, you can see it's cut from the apex up to the base and opened up like a clamshell, right? So left ventricle, this is the septum of the heart. This is the ventricular septum. And of course, that's the right ventricle. This is the right atrium. You can see it there. And this is the left atrium peeking out to the side. So far, so good. Remember, the tip of the heart is called the apex. Right? Now, as for the rest of this here is a valve. This is the bicuspid valve. Because of course it has two parts. You can see one part here, and here's the next part here. So bicuspid, two cusps. So that's your valve, right? Then coming off of the valve, you have the little strings, which are the chordae tendineae, right? And the chordae tendineae are attached to your papillary muscles. Yeah. So PM. All right. Inside the heart, you can see it looks a little rough, right? And that is the trabeculae carneae. Now, of course, there's supposed to be a tricuspid valve, but they got damaged, so I don't want to worry so much about it, right? So right here, we have more than enough labels, right? So we have apex of the heart, which is the tip of it. We have the papillary muscle here, SPM. You have the left ventricle. You have the chordae tendineae. You have the bicuspid valve. You have the left atrium peeking out at the side here. You have the septum that divides the heart in two. You have the trabeculae carneae inside the heart. Then you have the right ventricle and the right atrium, right? So draw those structures when you're drawing the heart. This one should be fun. But then again, you have like pretty much 2 weeks to do it. So, it shouldn't be a problem. Now,
Sir,
obviously, as usual, I provide images to help you with the labeling aspect of things. But once again, you're not expected to draw from these images. You're expected to draw from what is on the slide. Image slide, what is on the video, right?
sir,
Yes.
for the external part of it, how would you go about drawing the fat that is around the heart or on the heart?
Well, I mean, as usually, you stipple to show contrast, right? So you can use dots and dashes and things like that, right? Let me see if I have a drawing of the heart. Can I show you? Give me one quick second. So we're gonna get one from online. I mean, what is realistically what is important to me is the interventricular septum. So once you can show that, the depiction of the fat is not super important. I want to show you an image here, right? Of a drawing. And I want to say to you, if your drawing looks like this, you're getting 0 for it. Why would I give you 0 for this? This looks great. So it doesn't make any sense for me to give you 0, right? Except for the fact that none of these things here are present in the specimen that I showed you, right? So please remember, you're drawing from the specimen. Whatever the specimen has, that's what you're showing, okay? Yes, there are more things to the heart, but not to the one you're drawing. Keep that in mind, please. So you'll notice here that the fat isn't even depicted here. They could have stippled a bit to show where the fat is. But they show the trabeculate, they show the interventricular septum here nicely. And they show how simply they draw the atria, right? There's little clouds, kind of. So that's basically what you're going for, right? Now that we've got the hardest ones out of the way, let's talk about the easy ones. The artery. I think there is an image of the artery here in your, yeah, here it is. So I took an image of this one. Now, of course, this is going to be a diagram at times 4, which means overall magnification of it is going to be 40, right? Now, here how the layers go. You have tunica externa, right? You see it's a lighter color. Then we have longitudinal muscle and circular muscle. And both of these make up the tunica media. And then inside here now, this frilly looking layer is the tunica intima. Right? So that's all I have here to draw. Oh, I should mention, of course, the lumen. We can't leave that out. So that's all. Right? And remember, this is a low power drawing, which means you're basically using circles and wiggly lines and dots, and you're good to go, right? So hopefully this one won't be too much of an issue. But as usual, the video there, I will point out once again the major parts of this thing. Right. So if you don't remember what I've said, watch the video. It's going to be there, right? But remember, here are your layers. Now, the last one you're going to do is the vein. This is an image of a vein here. And the video, there's a slightly different image of a vein. But it's the same thing, right? You can use either one. It doesn't really matter to me. So this is going to be times 10, which means total magnification 100. I don't know if Daniel was asking a question. I don't know. I just didn't know in there. Anyway, um, you can once again you can draw it from this, right? So here we go. This layer here, tunica externa, then tunica media. You notice there that you cannot really see 2 distinct layers of muscle, right? And then we have tunica intima, right? And of course lumen. So the same labels for the artery and the vein, of course, right? And of course, as I said to you, you can draw the one from the video instead. At least the one in the video shows you the whole thing at the same time. This one here, you have top and bottom that you have to put them together. Whereas this here shows you one complete image. So that is the Tunica Externa, Tunica Media, and here is your Tunica Intima, right? So I don't know if you prefer this one. Maybe this one would be a better one to use, right? So as usual, best way to do it is screenshot, then you go from there, right? So yeah, I think this is probably, but once again, I'm going to leave the final decision to you. You can use either one. Right, so remember with this one here, that's the top, that's the bottom. You have to put them together to form a proper image. The one in the video is already a proper image. You can decide how you want to work that, right? And that's it. So you're looking at 4 drawings in total: external heart, internal heart, and artery vein.
Sir, could
Remember,
you go back?
artery is done at times 40. Vein is done at times 100. Okay.
Sir, could you go on slide 7, please?
Yeah, I was about to, because I want to mention the size of this. I think in the video I'd mentioned it's around 12 centimeters long. Right? So when you're doing the scale bar, remember please, 12 cm. All right? So that's 12 centimeters long. And on the inside, because it's flapped open, it's close to 20 centimeters. Well, it's about 18 centimeters if I'm honest. If you're drawing from the tip all the way down, somewhere in the 18 centimeter range. Because of course you've opened it up, right? So remember now, external 12 centimeters, internal 18 centimeters. So, all right, what should I go through again?
Sir, is it label and annotation for all 4
Label and
images?
annotation for everybody. Once again, you're labeling everything on the right side. You see me scatter the labels, that's just for my own convenience. When you're drawing the thing, you're going to do the thing properly, which of course means you label on the right, space them out properly, annotate below, structure and function for each annotation. Calculation for magnifications, bottom right as well, right? All right. Anything else? Should I go through anything else? Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
all right. You see, when I'm doing the annotation, sir, because there's a lot of labels. Sometimes the magnification cannot hold on that page. Is it okay if I do it on the next page?
It won't be an annotation if you do it on another page. What you need to do is you need to, the easiest way to do that, right? And this is what I suggest to students, is that you write out the annotation before you put it on the page. So that way you know how much space you need, so that you can space out your labels, right? So if you know that the apex doesn't need much annotation, then put him near the bottom, right? And if you know the trabecular carne will need a lot more, you can space him out, right? Remember, the lines don't have to be fully horizontal. You can come down and go across to space your labels out, right? So that you can get space for annotations. If you write it on the back, is not an annotation. And besides, remember what I said to you. Annotations, you're looking for one sentence of structure, one sentence for function. You're not writing a thesis, right? So try to keep it to 2 sentences, and on the offside, maximum 3 sentences. Anybody else?
Sir, I'm not sure if you mentioned the title for the two first one, the internal and the external.
Heart,
Uh,
yeah.
The size that we normally, or the magnification that we normally would.
Remember, okay, when you're looking at something with a naked eye, the magnification in the drawing is going to be ×1 because you didn't use anything to magnify it. So the magnification for the title of the heart is going to be ×1 for both of them.
Okay,
Annotations are done in pencil. Anybody else?
And sir, when do you say this lab was due? I came in late.
Well, realistically, it should be due next week, Wednesday, but apparently it's Valentine's Day or something. So
It's
we're not having
actually-
class. So that means you basically have 2 weeks to do it. That said, I would suggest to you that you bring the draft, them show me Tuesday, so that we can do a run through. Right? That would be my suggestion.
So is it a case where Tuesday you're going to collect the labs we have outstanding, or the other week?
I'm going to collect the blood ones on Tuesday.
Okay.
But this one here I'm not collecting next week. But as I said, I mean, you should be done with the blood ones. Just return them in, right? They can turn them in
Yes,
on
sir.
Tuesday. This one here, as I said, if you carry the drawing them come, we can batter through them, right? That's what we can do on a Tuesday.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
So just to confirm, should we annotate with pencil or pen?
Annotations are always pencil.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Sir, for
Anybody?
class,
Go ahead.
for class on Friday, is it 4 o'clock or 4:15?
For what? I thought class was 2 o'clock. Are you talking about Friday coming?
Friday, sir.
Oh, 4:15. So 4:15 to 5:15. Alrighty. Anybody else?
Sir, did you post the videos on YouTube?
No, but I'm in the middle of editing them though, so they should be there soon. I have to cut off the start and the end of the video. All right. If there are
So
no further
Tuesday?
questions, I will let you all go. So you can go and start battering with this thing. And I will
So
speak to
Tuesday
everybody
be the lab
on
test?
Friday. So good luck. The heart is now one of the most challenging of the drawings we do. So it should be interesting. All right, folks. Have a good rest of the day.